Now endorse the original decision taken by Abatembu monarch King Dalindyebo that his son Azenathi will act as regent while he serves his 12-year jail term. The decision has been announced by Deputy Labour Minister Nkosi Patekile Holomisa following a meeting at Bumbane Great Place outside Mtata in the Eastern Cape province. A formal notification will now be made to the provincial government. A few days before going to jail, Dalindyebo changed his tune, preferring that his wife, Queen Nokwanda, should act as regent rather than his son Azenathi.
The decision was taken to endorse the original decision that was taken, that Azenathi, the son of the king, would act in his stead while he is away. And there were some discussions, of course, around that, but in order to ensure that indeed that was the correct position, and the meeting agreed that that was the correct position. Of course, we're informed that the king, unfortunately, is in jail and is also lying ill in hospital, but recuperating because of a hunger strike embarked upon in his continued protest against his incarceration. The meeting, of course, is maintaining the point that the king, while doing the things that he was doing, was performing his duties as a judicial officer in the form of a traditional leader, and therefore he is innocent, both in terms of the constitution, which the Constitutional Court refused to interpret in this matter, and also in terms of the laws of the temple.
Right, and tell me, how is the feeling among those who were in support of Umamu Nokwanda to take over the reins?
Well, they accepted the position. Of course, it was their duty to convey the feelings of the king. And of course, the king doesn't have the final say. Like in any democracy, a traditional leader doesn't have the final say. The final say is guided by custom, tradition, and the people themselves. And then we followed the custom, we followed the principle, we decided according to what Abatembu feel is the right thing to do, which is to be true to the decision that was conveyed by the king, by Amatlomo, to the people earlier on.
Right. You've made it very clear that whoever takes over from here, which is Azenathi in this case, will be on acting capacity. But what happens when the king comes back and perhaps after, let's argue, after serving the 12-year jail term? In terms of constitution, you understand that if you are convicted for more than a year, then there is a clause that says you lose your kingship. What happens to that then?
Well, we'll cross that bridge, obviously, when we get to it. For now, we're concentrating on ensuring that there's stability in the land, that we do have a head in the form of Azenathi, and that we'll continue to fight for the release of His Majesty, either by getting the Constitutional Court reopening the trial or by getting the pardon in terms of the laws of the country. We'll look at the law pertaining to what happens when a traditional leader has been convicted and jailed for a period of more than 12 months without the option of a fine at the appropriate time. But we do believe that we will have to, the state will have to consider the views of Abatembu, again, the customs and cultures of Abatembu, as to whether a traditional leader would have to be punished more than once by being taken to jail, and then by being removed permanently from a position where he was found to have committed some violation of the law.